All right, guys. So we're on the JavaScript. We'll follow on with the previous discussion with HTML and CSS. So first, we will discuss how to integrate JavaScript to HTML element and complexities of folder structure to implement JavaScript in HTML. Second, how to use browser console to run JavaScript. And inside that, V8 version 8 engine used by Node.js and browsers to run JavaScript and console methods of JavaScripts and browser to JavaScript to OS communication diagram. And then lastly, how JavaScript relate to React, which is the app or the language that I use to create my blogging application. So first, how to integrate JavaScript to HTML elements. So here is a sample HTML. So remember, this HTML is like the shape of a plate that we see on a website. JavaScript is more complicated because it can be used on server side via Node.js, but it can also use to interact with these HTML elements. So here is the folder for the JavaScript script slash main dot JS. So for us to open this, usually we just need to drag and drop to our browser. So let's see. So when we open this, we just need to drag this index. We need to first drag this index that HTML. So when we drag that to the browser, as you can see, there's just a white screen, which is incorrect. So that's the complexity of this because you actually need to follow the folder structure. So here is a sample of a folder structure of JavaScript. So index.html it should be higher, it should be the parent of the JavaScript for it to access this JavaScript file. So, for example, this folder JavaScript index.html and main.js. So this main.js for index.html to access this, we need to put this in the scripts folder because our code says it's scripts slash main.js. So when we change that, we will be able to access this JavaScript code, hello world. So it's in a separate file, but we can also put it in a one file. So let's say we want to put this. Just a moment. Let's say we want to put that main.js alert hello world in this HTML. If we do that, we just need to remove this src. So this is actually how we integrate the JavaScript to HTML using src elements of HTML. So it's a built-in elements of HTML. So when we save this, we can now put the JavaScript main.js. So right click and then show more option, cut, and then backspace. Go to this and then paste. Okay, so now even if that code is outside, we will be able to see that JavaScript are implemented. So here, hello world. So later I'll discuss how this browser actually magically implement this. Um, so the next is how to use browser console to run JavaScript. Another thing with these complexities is that you actually need to have the right spelling for the script. So sometimes people forgot the S with the script, right? Sometimes it really depends on what you put in the SRC here because I put scripts. So if you put like script only, the file will not load the JavaScript. So um, that's an important. I think that's an important point. So how to use browser console to run JavaScript? So here in this browser, we can uh, and we can put or we can use Control Shift I, and then we'll go to the developer tools. And here is the console. Here you can type the JavaScript code here, the browser code rather. So here the console.js or main.js code is actually can be executed on the browser developer tools itself. So this is a useful tool. Another thing with this console is that, let's say we had a mistake on the SRC element. Let's say we misspelled this, and then when we save this, let's get this main.js back to the folder. So as you can see, guys, in this simple code, there's a lot to be, that's a lot that could go wrong. But yeah, I think based on the demo that I did, I think it's easier to understand. So index.html, let's say script, so it's a wrong spelling. If when we open that index.html and then put, you'll see that there's the JavaScript did not manipulate or change the browser. But when we go to the console, Control Shift I, we'll be able to see our error. So it failed to load the resource main.js. So yeah, that's an important point as well. We can use the console to change or to debug our application. So V8 engine used by Node.js and browsers to run JavaScript. So I think again, one of the best way to understand this is through diagram or high level overview. So this is the JavaScript code. It communicates to this V8 engine, JavaScript engine. So this V8 engine, it's how you run the JavaScript. So it's a runtime used to read JavaScript code. And then this JavaScript code communicate to Blink engine, which is the rendering engine of Chrome. And then this communicate to Windows API, which is the operating system. So, and then this operating system Windows API has a built-in proper function that is able to read that alert log because for just JavaScript environment, it can actually read this alert. So only the operating system, specifically Windows 11, I'm using Windows 11 that could read that. So that's how it actually changed in a high level. But there's a lot of nuance on that. It basically dynamically change the pixel on your screen for us just to be able to do that alert log on the browser. You see, guys, so that on that simple um, function that shows console log, there's a lot that's happening in the background. So yeah, that's the how browser to JavaScript to OS communication diagram and how JavaScript related to React. So we will break down this topic JavaScript into two videos because there's a lot to it. Again, it's just a high level overview. There could be an entire course on this, but I think it's useful to have this high level overview for us to be able to see the big picture because often like that will accelerate our learning. So how JavaScript related to React? So basically, on one of the best way to explain this is showing a real life example. So on my full stack React blogging project, this use Vite to convert uh, JavaScript, React code to JavaScript. So if you can see, guys, my SRC, the code on my SRC for, see, I think I got the wrong folder. Let's open again. Chapter, oh yeah, it's chapter 2. So let's open chapter 5. So if you, we will discuss this on the next future videos, how GXSX works of React. But I just want to show you that React React is just a library, but it basically use JavaScript to change elements of the HTML on the background. So basically, it used this Vite.config.js to convert React to JavaScript that browser can read. So there's a lot of nuance on this, but that is the topics I want to discuss for this video. Bye, guys.